For me, it was a game changer. It was being able to understand what the problem was and having a better understanding of the importance of what I need to do to correct it. And certainly elevated my level of wanting to do something and stay with getting the hearing aids right so that I could get it corrected.
And for the first time ever, I had a realistic picture of what my daughter was going through.
I went from spending years frustrated with him, nagging him to do something about his hearing loss, not understanding, just not having any sympathy or empathy at all. And when I came in and heard how he hears, it brought me to tears. And even just talking about it brings me to tears because I think I lacked that kind of understanding for all of those years, and it breaks my heart because it would have been a different process, the two of us together as a team through it all, I think, if we'd had this many years ago.
Then it actually simulates where the hearing loss is, and it simulates the audiogram, which for anybody else thinking about an audiogram, you really are just thinking about that piece of paper, a lot of X's and O's. For Lauren, it was a cookie bite, and for 10 years, I'd gotten that piece of paper, and I knew about the cookie bite. I'd shoved it into a folder, and that's all I knew about it. With the HearView app, though, Robin was able to put in all of the different ranges for both her right and left ear, and then with just a press of a button, sorry, I start to get a little emotional. With the press of a button, for the first time ever, I was able to hear what my daughter hears. I was able to step into her world. I was able to step into her shoes. I could hear what it was like for her to hear her music, for her to hear my voice, for her to hear what it sounded like to be in a crowd without hearing aids and with hearing aids. And that moment will stay with me for the rest of my life.
Yeah, I don't know if it's typical, but I think there was a degree of denial. There were other factors that were the problem for why he could not hear. And then when he realized, no, the problem is his ears and they need correction, then he was really in on trying to do something about it and be committed to doing it. Yeah, for some reason, I think you can dismiss the paper and the chart and all of that, but when you hear it, it's such a reality. It's just not a statistic on a paper. It's a reality that you're hearing as the patient, or the patient, hears himself. It's just, you can't deny it. And it's more than data. It's life. It's real.
What is sad for me about HearView is I wish HearView had been around when Braden was born. So I would have had more of an idea of how his hearing was, how he was actually hearing or going to hear when he got older. And the fact that there is a product out there that is going to allow patients, and most importantly parents, the opportunity to understand what it is and how they're actually hearing is actually kind of life-changing for us.
It was invaluable. Yeah. Just the way it kind of really closed a gap between Betty and I, and then also helping me realize that it's a real problem.
To me, I feel like HearView should be a standard of care for every person coming in with a hearing loss, because you just don't know what you don't know until you hear it and until you're sitting in those shoes. If I could put it in every audiology clinic, if I could put it in every hospital, for every child, every adult, every person, I think this is a game changer.
Yeah, they say picture paints is worth 1,000 words. Yeah. Well, I will tell you, being able to see but also hear was absolutely stunning for what it was able to accomplish, really, for both of us.